Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure for me to present from the LAC platform this webinar on the community, the new LAC platform tool where people talk to each other and propose joint
Good
solutions
morning,
for their
everyone.
response
It is
to
a pleasure for
HIV.
me to present from the
Oh,
LAC
I
platform
have
this
the
webinar on the
return.
community, the new LAC platform.
Sorry. I say the LAC platform tool where people talk to each other and propose joint solutions for the response to HIV, TB, and malaria in our region. My name is Diego Mora, and I will be facilitating the session today. Today, we will have a session where we will learn about this new tool, the way to be part of it, and most importantly, the reason for having this platform at the service of everyone in the region. We are accompanied by Mr. Daniel Cotillas and Ms. Marta Carrillo. Daniel is a specialist in open source processes and methodologies focused on the generation of participatory social processes, with a focus on free culture and hacker ethics, works from the importance of an ecology of our digital life and the generation of networks of trust and collaboration. He is the promoter of Nodo Común, an Ibero-American alliance for communicators and activists. Ms. Marta Carrillo is the lead consultant and MC Consultancy, Sexual Health and Development. Presently, she serves as the Caribbean liaison for the LAC regional platform. Ms. Carrillo has well experience having been involved in the response to HIV nationally and regionally for over 20 years. She has served in several capacities, including Director of the National AIDS Commission of Belize, Country Representative for USAID projects in Belize, including PASMO and PASCA. As a consultant, she provides technical support to key regional entities such as PAN, CARICOM, the Global Fund, the Caribbean Vulnerable Communities, and many others. Most recently, she serves as the Latin America and Caribbean delegate on the NGO delegation to the UNAIDS PCV. Ms. Carrillo has a bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of Louisville and master's degree in counseling psychology from the University of West Indies. Remember, if you want to participate by sending comments or questions, please go to the video directly on YouTube and participate through the chat. Without more, I want to say hello and give the microphone to Ms. Carrillo and Mr. Cotillas. Good morning, Daniel.
Hi, good morning, Diego. How are you doing? Thanks for inviting me.
I'm fine, thank you. Where is the plan for today's session?
Okay, so today we are going to meet the community platform. We had already a webinar about it in Spanish a few weeks ago. I don't know if we can already see it on the screen.
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. So as you may know, Plataforma LAC has been working during the last years in approaching different communication tools to the citizenship for sharing the knowledge that they have to fight against HIV, TB, and malaria. And so one of the platforms we have been working for the last months has been a community, our own social network where anyone can join and show what they are doing or to use it as an authentic communication tool within the community. So we are going to see it today in English because one of the efforts we have done it in all our platforms has been to make it in both languages, Spanish and English. So for those English native speakers in the region of Latin America and Caribbean are more affordable to work with the people from the different backgrounds, right? So as we can see here, we have the very same platform we find here in Spanish. I'm going to show directly with my mouse, right? So we are in the English version, and we have the very same options that we have in Spanish. And the goal is exactly these three words: to collaborate, to cooperate, and to participate. That's the thing that is not only a place where I'm going to look for information, but also a place where I will be able to disseminate and communicate and meet people and promote my events and map different actions. We are going to see now every different possibility that we have. As it is written here, I'm already logged in with my profile. Here it's like I can see my account. The process to sign up, it's very easy. Like if we have a mobile phone or we have a computer and we make part of any social network, it's the very same process. So I think there is no need to explain step by step that. And so we got early to the possibilities that we can publish an article. It's like normally we have different institutions that we have our own website with our own blog and our institutional communication. In this sense, it's like we want that any member of this community, no matter if what level of work, at what level this person is working, that we all have the same possibilities to write, for example, an article, add a mapping, publish an event, start a debate, then of course edit my profile. These are like the 4 legs of the of this platform, right? The 4 pillars where it's based all this collaboration, cooperation, and participation. So here, this is just the homepage, but it really express what we will find. We can search for people in different countries or from different sectors. If I want to look for somebody from, let's say, Jamaica, for example, civil society, interested in HIV, and the scope of action, for example, is technical assistance, I am able to search somebody with these different approaches. I'm not going to search now because I don't know if there is somebody, but this is very important because imagine that, for example, no matter where the people who are watching right now this, maybe you are in Argentina, maybe you are in Jamaica, maybe you are in Dominican Republic, but it's very important when we say, oh, I don't find people with whom I can work with because it's very difficult. These kind of tools are very useful in that sense to say, okay, who are those, maybe what are that dozen of people interested in the very things than me, and I can look for that people. If I am making an investigation or I want to communicate that I have an event or I want somebody to read my paper. So this is something that we think it's very, very useful for that power of making the people to meet each other and to start to communicate. Once we have found that people, through this community, we can start talking with them, chatting like in any other network. Right now, we have community news. This, the translation to English has been made like a few weeks ago. We are presenting it now, in fact. So it's not that there are a lot of articles or a lot of debates. And now we have only like this one, helping people access pre-exposure prophylaxis. So it's a post that was, it's a document from the document bank of the LAC platform. And we can see here that it was Cesar Coria, part of the communication team that you may know. And we can even go click on his profile to see who is him. We can just try. So this is the way a profile looks like. As you see, you have your picture, your background, and then let's see. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So then what I will see is all the information about Cesar, the answer participate, the scope of action, about me, what he's interested in participate in being part of the community. And then I can see if he make part of different groups, forums, how many articles has he written. In fact, there are 4 articles that he has written. Because, yeah, 4 because there might be 3 in Spanish. That's why we only see 1 here. So, excuse me. Yeah. The forums, as everybody might know, a forum is a place where we make questions about an issue, a specific issue. We have identified these forums, these debates of these like families of debate about human rights, the very same communication of the LAC platform, social activism, social dialogue, technical assistance, and transition and sustainability. Imagine if you want to make a question, for example, about technical assistance. It's as easy as go to the forum. It says no topic found here. We can write here. Wow, sorry, the internet is a little slow. Yeah, I can write here the topic. I can write here my question. Here the topic, and I can write here a tag, my topic title, if topic type, and then I submit. And of course, this is important if I want to be notified by email when there is an answer. That's it. That's the way we pose a question on the forum. And the good thing about this community, as long as it will be growing, we will always find people interested in the same issues. It's not like this is not like a platform to be a kind of competence for the very commercial social networks. We think that the platforms for communication might have different approaches for different objectives and targets. We know, because as we have heard in the different meetings of the platform and in the region, that there is always this need of knowing what our colleagues and partners are doing for our very same objectives. So in this kind of tools, it's very useful that our message is not lost in the forest of new posts and updates. Here we can make, for example, a question in a forum, and of course, without the goal to be answered in 5 minutes, like we can look for that in other social networks. So the point is that at least we know that the people who will be here will be interested in those issues, and that the information we will find will be always narrow to the issue that we want to talk about. Groups. The groups here, there is the plataforma communication that, well, it appears in Spanish in this case because it's not translated yet. We have to see that, but we can create, for example, if I am from a group of, I don't know, HIV in Belize, for example, or young people against TB in Venezuela. So we can make groups of different of our interest to find other people who are interested in those same issues. And in the group, we will be able to publish an article or a debate, etc. And here we can see people who are already part and that they have a profile. So we could start, like, for example, let's see, Walter, Joseph Trejo. For example, I don't know who is this person, but here we can see it's from Venezuela, from civil society. It's from the organization, it's from the Cátedra de la Paz y Derechos Humanos. And here we read about him. We read in Spanish because he made his profile in Spanish. So this is something we haven't discriminated about, in the sense of that the people who have been, who will sign up in English or Spanish, the people in the other language will be able to see it. Why? Because, for example, I'm a Spanish native speaker, but I speak English. So why not that I can know who else is there, even though it's not my native language, but I will be able to communicate with. So, for example, here, Walter have updated his profile, and that is, as you can see, really, really useful to know why he's interested in being part of and what he does in Venezuela. And here we can see that yet he hasn't published any articles, or he has 3 friends, etc., etc. And here we see for the mapping. As we said, this is the other thing we can do. And to map an action, it means to place on a geographical point the information of an action that we know or we have made. For example, we can see here in Peru, we click, we see here we have the activism, social activism, technical assistance, transition and sustainability. Here we see that in Peru, it was the third regional meeting LAC platform. We can go and see, and we have the information about that meeting. Here, there might be some pictures of video, and we have the information here in English. We have the map exactly. Imagine, for example, if there is a demonstration or there has been we have a video about something that has happened in a neighborhood or a meeting or some speech of a politician or many different things. Well, there were pictures. So we could just put it on the map and show what is happening. No? We know that the power of information visualization is very, very, very powerful. It's not the same to say, for example, the division between the north and the south in some countries or some cities. It's very powerful to see exactly how the different actions are happening in different parts of the geography. So then here we can see the mappings. There are for the moment 6, not many, but you can imagine how powerful it would be to see, created from the very same citizenship, what is happening in the region. Imagine, for example, many times we heard like the thing of the transition, right? And how do we want to convince and persuade and say to our governments like how important is to continue and to participate in financing the response against HIV, TB, and malaria. So, what better way to show in the context, in the geography, what is being done? How are we working together? What is happening? Where is most needed this help? So it's not only a matter of communicating what is going wrong, also what is being doing good from the communities. But here the point is that this is a like kind of subjective approach I'm doing, that we can make it after we have all this information. So this point of saying, okay, we need this kind of tool. This is the what we were always discussing. We need this kind of tools. Here we have the tool. So the point is what we will be able to make it with, right? So that is a bit the point. And here, as you can see in the menu, so we can go in a link to all these places I have been mentioning. For example, community. We can go to see the members, and we can search as we made before, organization, sector, etc. It's charging yet the members here. And the answer, so there is here. It's me, Cesar, Diego, who is in the webinar with me, Katy, etc. And we have the news. The news, it's like the articles, right? It's the place where we post things. And we just go and say publish an article, and in one click, I go here, I put my title, I put my categories. As you will see, for example, maybe you find some things that aren't translated. Don't get mad at this, right? I mean, in the sense of it will be very good, for example, that you just go and say, okay, how can I communicate with these people? As you have seen, there is a group of communication like Platform. Just give us a shout, because we will be very pleased to know how can we improve this platform, right? So now I know that we have to improve this. I can put here title. I choose the category, social activism, for example. Then I put my text. Here I choose a picture to be a feature image, and then I can save and publish, and it will be automatically published. We haven't put any firewall like very strict to say what can be and what can not publish. I think so far there's going to be like an increase of news, and we are a team that is taking care of maintaining the coherence about the what is being published. So it's not that we if we see that, for example, there is some articles about the next theater exhibition in Malaysia, we will say to that person, look, we think this is not something that it's very pertinent for this platform. But as far as it narrows to the issue, and it promotes the debate, that it's something that it's very easy to start publishing. Then we have the forums. We have seen how to create a debate. As you have seen, we have created in these topics that are the main topics that are being discussing in worldwide, let's say. Also, we have events. This is something we didn't see before. We have the upcoming events that there aren't any, but as part of the community, I could create an event and I could just put the title, the description, when is my event, etc., etc. And even, for example, if I am part of a small organization that I don't have the financing for creating my website, for telling to the people where to find information, etc., as you see, just with the tools we are trying to provide here in the platform lab communication community, it's enough to start communicating and having a contact with other people who are willing to have information. So, for example, the events are very useful to say, okay, if I'm working in a community with whom I need to tell when there is an event, when there is something happening, so I can tell them, look, don't get lost in these commercial social networks. You can go to this one, and here we can discuss, and you can ask me, and I can send you information. It's even better than making through chat, because in the chat it's just one-to-one, but here other people could find that very same information, so we don't have the same work twice, right? And then we have the mapping. That again, to add a mapping, it's a very easy process. I think this webinar it's better not to focus on the very technical, precise points. That is something you can ask us in the forum. As Diego said before, I also encourage you to do it because it's really easy to start, for example, again, mapping the title, the description, the category, address, country, region. Here, just like moving this is in Honduras, for example, that we could just go and say, okay, I want to map something in Colombia. And just here, like where I put this is in the region of Meta, well, the cities to before. So it's very like easy. No? Sorry, my English is not so rich, but I think you can understand me. And when I have finished this, I add some images, I review the listing, and just publish it. So as you see, this is in the very broad sense, like what we have as a possibility in the community. But what is the best to come? It's what will happen when more people will be there, and we meet there, and we start to share and to create knowledge through the information we share. So that will be it, Diego. I don't know if you have any questions.
Thank you, Daniel. And I want to say hello to Marta.
Hello, Diego. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Excellent. Apologies for being a bit late, technical problems.
Don't
But
worry.
yes, I just want to welcome everyone that has been able to join us for the webinar. We do believe that this initiative with the community forum is an excellent opportunity to not only link at the Latin American or the Caribbean region, but for the Caribbean to also be able to link with Latin America. And I think that that is one of the greatest objectives that we have. So I just want to welcome everybody.
Thank you, Marta. I wanna ask for you, what is the benefits can bring me who work in the response to HIV participate in this space?
Well, we know that the LAC regional platform has really done a lot to bring together both regions, Latin America and the Caribbean, over this past year, because we recognize the importance of being able to share as much information as possible in English. We know that there are many organizations that we work with in the Caribbean, and it's very important that they are able to access the information that other peers in the region have as it relates to their work, not only in HIV, but also the challenges that we are preparing to confront or maybe are already starting to see in regards to the transitioning out of the countries by the Global Fund. So definitely there are a lot of benefits. What we would like is for those of you that have been able to join us today to just share the link and encourage other peers in the region to also be a part of this group. We want it to be dynamic, and really it's a virtual community, and we hope that it will really bring a lot of benefit to all of us that will be involved.
Thank you, Marta. I have a technical question for Daniel, maybe. Can anyone be part of the community? What are the characteristics that a person must have to be part of the community? Or just anyone can?
Mhm. In fact, anyone can be part of the community. That's the idea. I'm showing, for example, my profile. Um, what it will be asked when you open a profile are these kind of questions like what is your name, what is your organization, email, country, etc. And then it will ask you the answer in which you participate. I mean, let's say like somebody just jump in this community and say, oh, okay, I will make myself a profile, and it's somebody who is not at all interested in this matter or in this kind of thematic. So it's somebody who would say, okay, it's not a place where I want to belong. But if I am just like a student, I am a professional, I am a minister of health in any country, no matter my level of education, no matter my level of technical management, I can be part of this community. There is the only thing is to have the will to share information and to participate, and of course to participate and be polite and respect like the basic rules of dialogue, right? So that would be it.
Yeah. We have another question is how do friendships work in the community? If you are not my friends, I can follow your publications or not, or how work this part of the platform?
Well, the point of if we make a friendship, I can have updates about what are you doing, but mostly it's just to to say and to visualize that you have contact with that people. Also, it's useful and better for the platform to remember, like to make that link, because then when you are writing, and for example, you want to write, with at, I don't know if it will work now, but for example, if I write at Diego, there is. So I can have here your name, so
Yeah.
I can write you a message. I can do it even if you are not my friend. So um, it's not compulsory to be friends, but it's a matter to say to someone like, okay, I have read about you. I would like to be more connected. So that's the that's the main thing.
Okay. Marta, are you working in the community?
I work in providing technical support to different communities, yes.
And I say in the platform, in the community platform. Are you surfing in the platform?
Not at the moment because of my challenges with the internet, but yes, I have registered. I'm a part of the community.
Yeah. how do you feel about the process? Is easy? Is difficult for for the people listening us? What can you say about that?
I think that because it is just starting, a lot of persons are still not sure what they can get from the community platform, and so I think that initiatives like this one with the webinar to share information about the platform, sorry, about the community forum and how to become a member, as well as how to use it for the benefit of the different organizations, I think is important. So I can definitely see how an organization, for example, in Guyana,
Yeah.
you know, if they are doing excellent work and they would like to share it, that other persons in other countries, not only in the Caribbean, but also in all of Latin America, can become aware of the work that they're doing, and also probably even be able to link up with them to see how these initiatives can be replicated in their different countries. So definitely a lot of benefits, and I think as you become more involved in the community, you will even learn other types of benefits that maybe we're not even envisioning at this point.
Okay, I want to say a reminder for the people listening us. If the people want to go to send questions or comments, you can go directly to the YouTube video and participate in the chat, please. Um, Daniel, what another thing is important for share with the people today?
I think the most important is to invite them really to be part of this community, to go open a profile, fill out all the fields, and if they have any question, just ask to us, ask to the team, to you, Diego, or to Patty, to Cesar, to me, and start talking about what's happening in the region, in the context. I think we are really we always listen that there is a lack of information and a lack of um, understanding of what's happening in different contexts, and it's as easy as taking just few moments and just like write a little post or make a map or debate in a forum. So I think like the most important thing today is go and don't be just take 5 minutes and take a look, and we will be there to answer if you have any problem or you have any question.
Well, the invitation is open for all the people. We're gonna go to follow you in the platform, in the community platform. Marta, what can you say, share with the people today about this platform?
I want to say that as persons that are involved in the work of HIV and human rights and working especially with communities and key populations, we all know that our work is very exciting, and every opportunity that we have to share and also to hear about what's happening in other parts of the region is also exciting. It's just like when we open our Facebook, to read what's exciting today on Facebook. And just imagine that there's one particular place where you can just go and read just about the different exciting projects that are taking place in the region. And so I encourage everybody, to become a part of the community forum and to be active, not only to go and read, but also to contribute, to share, to highlight the wonderful work that you all are doing in your region. Any questions that you may have, any advice, any support that you might need, this will really be the place, to get all the answers and just to make it as active as possible.
Thank you. One important thing is the people can see again this video coming soon in the forums in the community platform. Daniel and Marta, if you have any comments, please, it's the moment.
Yes, thank you to everyone that has been watching this webinar or who will watch afterwards, and welcome to the community. Thanks.
Similarly, I want to thank everyone that made the time to join us. We ask that you please share this video of the webinar that will be available on the community forum page with as many persons in your different mailing lists and your Facebook and so forth. The more persons we can get into the community, the more exciting the possibilities. So thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you, Marta. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much for joining us today. We invite you to follow the LAC platform on Facebook and Twitter, in addition to visiting our website. We hope you join the community, this new lab platform tool that will ensure of great help to all the people working in the region's response to HIV. This is the final of the webinar today, but I hope see you soon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.